Hello, greetings. This is Daniel. I hope that everyone is doing well. We are doing well here in Rwanda after the 20th commemoration of genocide against the Tutsi, who were able to emerge out of that day well, and I think the planning went well, and people received messages of encouragement. And so here I am sharing what I've been reading throughout the week. Now, I'm not sure if I really got the question well that Matthew asked. At first, I jumped to the methodologies themselves, um, uh, like the participatory maps, transacted works, seasonal calendars, Venn diagrams, matrices, and all that. And then I realized maybe that's not what math is looking uh, is expecting. And so let me give you methodological background and what I think is the answer to the question. And as you all know, participatory rural appraisal is an approach of data collection that grew out of rural development work. And so it's applied mainly in rural areas, but I think it can also be applied in urban areas, but mainly rural. So it's a quick and easy way to assess the needs and resources of the community prior to planning projects, coming up with implementation plans and all that. And so it's an easy way to assess the needs and resources that are within the community where um, we're going to carry out our work. Um, and so the background or the methodological background is to, first of all, to use these methods to empower the marginalized communities and of course people groups and encourage them to analyze their conditions. So through that process of involving community members to analyze local conditions gives them the confidence, and in the process they're empowered. And so these methods are geared toward empowering the local communities. And it also, these participatory rural appraisal methods, the methodology, whatever methodology you choose, helps to seek and enable the integration and expression of different diverse social groups within the community. And so that fits well into the projects and programs that we are seeking to implement. Another thing that I see as a background to this methodology is that they're community-based. And so whatever comes out of those methods that we use helps uh, to come up with projects or solutions that would tackle the needs of the community. And it also helps, those methodologies help us to identify um, uh, the priorities of the community members. Now, having said that, I think I need also to make this point clear that these methods, whether it's the transact works, or whether it's participatory maps, or whether it's seasonal calendars, these should be situational. The team that helps with participatory rural appraisals should think through like what makes sense in a certain situation. It's not they're not implemented or done the same way in different communities, so it's not one size fits all. So another thing that I would like to mention is that whenever we are going to use those methods, we need to think in advance, and this has been repeated throughout the readings that we've done throughout the week, that we need to think about, to think in advance about the participants. And thinking in advance about the participants helps us to select groups that we participate in that, of course, bearing in mind that this should be a representative group, women, men, younger, older, and all that. So to me, those are kind of the background to these methodologies. And if I'm off topic, if what I'm saying doesn't make sense, please let me know. But I would think that that was what Matthew was looking at. Now, going through the readings, I realized that these methodologies fall into 3 or 4 main categories. Like the sampling one, the transact works, worth ranking, participatory mapping, they fall under the sampling. And then interviewing, like semi-structured interviews, the triangulation and all that. And then visualization, these follow like Venn diagrams fall under visualization, and then matrices, and then timelines. I realized that these that they fall under 3 main categories. And I think when we implement or when we use these methodologies, then we are able to incorporate the knowledge, opinions, and the skills and experiences of the community members into our planning and into our managing projects. Thank you. Let me, before I forget the question, what if we use these rural, like participatory rural appraisals, and we find out that the priorities that communities have are different from the organization that wants to implement a certain project, and the project has been funded by a certain donor? Do we change the project and focus on what the community members need? And then if we do that, what do we tell the donor, and where do we and if we use the money into a project or something, into a priority that the community members think is the main need, what do we tell the donor? Thank you.